second day in a row they will face G. Juarez. Back-to-back starts for Juarez. She got tagged in the first inning yesterday and then went into lockdown mode for her 22nd win of the season for the senior from Glendale, Arizona.
Back-to-back starts for G.
Underway in Game 3 of the Champ Series. Seminoles looking for their second in 3 years. The Sooners a third in 5 years. Kaylee Mudge was dynamite in Game 1 in the leadoff spot. It was actually a couple of the youngsters, Mudge and Harding, who were making big plays to help out the veterans we've been talking about. Juarez, her third trip to the World Series. In this postseason, she is 6-0 in the NCAA tournament. Some of the best pitching of her career after coming back from a nasty bicep injury that took her out of the game for a couple of years.
But when she has struggled here at the World Series, it's been early in games. It's these first innings that she has to get through. For her to have that success, she gets better as the game goes on.
1-2 to Mudge. Missed it away.
First inning, you look at 4 hits, 3 runs. The last 2 starts, 2 home runs. And then look at it continue. 13 strikeouts when you go to innings 2 through 7. The same amount of hits.
Well, and part of that, Jess, is because she was getting behind in that first inning. Of her 3 ball counts, 8 of them in yesterday's game, 4 of them were in the first inning. As soon as she started to work from ahead, she was a completely different pitcher.
And that is drilled out to right center. Extras for Mudge. She might think a third, and instead will hold up with the leadoff double.
She's been their best hitter. She's a freshman. This is her 14th hit. This is a World Series record amount of hits that she has had. She was quiet in Game 2 yesterday. Look at her take a 2-strike pitch. It's up in the letter. She's got to protect, gets up and around it, drives it all the way to the wall.
First appearance in the World Series, and it is a new single series record for Kaylee Mudge. And that'll bring up Sydney Sherrill. 5 runs batted in so far in this World Series. And head coach Ronnie Alameda made a couple of moves in the starting lineup so that all 5 of those veterans are in a row in the order coming up here behind Mudge. 2018 national champs, now in her 13th season. And the scouting report for G. Juarez.
Now, Juarez's success yesterday came with mixing speeds, and it comes from her changeup and the way that she grips it. It's a circle change deep in the palm of the hand. When she uses it, she throws it on the edges at about 57 to 59 miles an hour, spins it super tight. But she'll also work the river explosively, 66 miles an hour. With a curve on both sides, a rise ball with a little bit of up. I think the key really is those 3 different speeds that she can throw. Mid-50s, high 50s, mid-60s.
Only you could have that zoom vision as a hitter, be able to see that grip.
There's Sherrill 0-2. Missed it away. Sydney has walked 8 times in this Women's College World Series. She's only batting .222, but her on-base percentage is up over .400. And trying to get another one aboard for Lizzie Mason, who hit the 2-run home run off of Juarez early in Game 2. Sherrill Fly ball, Nicole Mendez in right, and Mudge will not be able to move. One down.
This is also a difference, I feel like, for Florida State yesterday. G. Juarez got a lot of fly ball outs, and the difference of game 1 to game 2 is Florida State hit a lot of balls on the ground. If that ball is hit on the ground of the right side, Kaylee Mudge gets to third. But because there's so many fly outs, because G. Juarez will work up in the zone, the difference maker for Florida State.
Here's Mason with the home run in the first inning yesterday, swinging at the first pitch, and it's another pop-up. 2 down.
And to your point, Jess, non-productive outs, right? It's in the air, it's a can of corn. And when you're on base, you can't go anywhere. This Florida State team is at their best when the ball is in the dirt and they're stirring the defense.
10 flyouts for Juarez yesterday. And after the home run in the first, she only allowed 2 hits the rest of the way. Florida State would love to get Mudge in. This is Cassidy Davis.
Ball.
Fifth-year senior from Valrico, Florida. 250 at the World Series, but she's got 3 hits in the Champ Series.
If Juarez can expand the zone like that with that pitch up and Florida State swings at it, it's going to help Juarez. It's going to lower her pitch count.
Ball.
Nine home runs, 28 runs batted in the series. The numbers during the regular season were way down for Florida State, but they have saved their best softball for the finish line. And as the 10 seed have already beaten 4 seeded teams above them, including a win over Oklahoma in Game 1 of the championship series.
Just getting a piece of that rise ball. G. Juarez got her to swing and miss for the first strike, up and out of the zone. You expect that Juarez is going to go back. 2-2 count. Make her swing at a ball up.
Gets her on the rise for the strikeout. Mudge doubles and is stranded. Oklahoma picking up the bats when we come back. Home runs that Hawaii hit in 2010. Full circle. And here is Tiare Jennings, the National Freshman of the Year, leading the team with 16 RBI in the postseason. And they will face Danielle Watson, who beat them in Game 1 with the best game of her career. And she gets the call again today to try and help the Noles grab the championship. Five and 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, but she did not allow Oklahoma to have a big inning. .92 runs batted in for Tiare. That also is a new single-season freshman record.
Have they left any records left?
I don't think so.
I just want to know. That's what we should start listing. What's left?
Just get the Oklahoma Media Guide now for the NCAA record book.
I was wondering how many times we're going to say record on this broadcast. I should count. I have so many of them.
I'm sure that's on your bingo board if you're playing bingo at home. 1 and 2 to Jennings. 55 and 4 on the season, one of the best records in history. They have avenged all of those losses, following it up with a win. Sherrill, good range at third, snags that. 1 down.
The player of the year, Jocelyn Alo, coming up to bat. Her 2 home runs this World Series are 2 biggest. Look on the left. Her front foot stays open, and she's yet to drive that backside to pull the ball as a home run. Then last night versus Florida State, look at the location of this pitch, but look at her front foot. Stay close. It's a difference of 2 feet. Look at the pitch location and her ability to drive it out. Watch right now. That front foot, where it ends up, it'll tell you where she's looking.
Watson in on the ankles, 1-0.
It's incredible to me, Jocelyn Alo, the strength that she has and the ability that she has to dictate where she's going to hit the ball. It's 2 in a row in on the hands to Alo.
And some love from the Hawaii softball team. If the record had to be broken, glad it was somebody from the 808.
Hawaii love.
159 home runs. $13 of those here at the World Series. One more ties a record. And Alo was unable to hold up 1 and 2.
71-mile-an-hour rise ball, and Alo starts her swing. Yeah.
She'll hit that out if she makes contact.
Ball.
She hits everything out. I think even sometimes the ones that bounce. She'd probably be pretty good at cricket, you name it. Her eye-hand coordination is off the charts. Pitches in the zone, pitches out of the zone.
2-2. Alo got a hold of one. See ya. 1-0 Sooners.
They were trying to really get her inside, trying to jam her. Danielle Watson ends up missing with this one over the middle, and you just can't do that with Jocelyn Alo. She leaves her front foot just a tad open, but really, it's just the power, the simplicity. She doesn't even stride. She just gets the barrel there, and the strength, it comes so easy. A little Shaka tribute to her home state of Hawaii.
88th of her career. And has moved into 5th place solo, passing Stacy Chambers with 88. Next on the list, Stacy Newman with 90. One of the all-time great power hitters, and she stays healthy next year. She will be back, and that list will have her name on the top at some point. But now for Danielle Watson, has to settle down quickly because Kinsey Hansen hit a home run off of her in game 1. All a part of her 15-game hitting streak. That's a pretty good way to end your year.
Ball.
It is the first time in this Champ Series that Oklahoma has grabbed the early lead. They trailed 7-0 in game 1, trailed 2-0 in game 2. And that will drop just outside the line beyond third. Let's revisit that home run swing.
Well, the pitch was supposed to be on the outside part of the plate, and it leaked back into the zone, and just so much power. The way she barrels up and squares up the ball, no matter where it is in the zone, you can just tell the way she sees it, the rotation and the control of her bat to drive that out.
You look at J.T. Gasso, their hitting coach in the dugout, the son of Patty Gasso. 27 years at Oklahoma with the 4 national championships for the Hall of Famer. And that home run ball for Alo now ties a World Series record, 14 for the Sooners this year. This is Nicole Mendez with 2 down. Senior out of Houston, Texas. She is the lone Sooner that has a national championship ring. 2017, when Oklahoma went back-to-back. Ball. This is the 3rd time that OU has been a part of a Game 3. They lost to Alabama in 2012, and they beat Auburn in 2016. 1-1 from Watson. 1-2. She'll throw some smoke now. 72 miles an hour. 4-0 in this NCAA tournament. They've got 3 good arms. Watson, Kat Sandercock, Kaylin Arnold. And on a day when it's over 100 degrees down on the field, it's probably going to be all hands on deck as she gets her 2nd strikeout.
And it just almost makes it impossible to throw, to grip the ball. That's why it's so important for young pitchers to learn to use rosin. You'll see them go down to the dirt, anything to try to keep that hand dry.
Michelle Smith, Olympian, one of the great pitchers in the history of softball, alongside Jessica Mendoza, one of the great hitters, also with a gold medal. National championship on this steamy afternoon. Seminoles took Game 1. Sooners came back yesterday with Game 2. Just the 6th time in 16 years that we have a Game 3. Well, it's been a tough road for the top seeds. They have only won this 5 times in 15 years. The 10 seed, by the way, Oklahoma, the lowest ever to do it. So Florida State will try and match that today with a big upset. Danny Morgan, another fly ball. Grace Lyons has it 1 down. Well, coverage of the NCAA championships continues with the College World Series on the men's side. It'll get underway Saturday, June 19th on ESPN. Go to ncaa.com/WCWS, the online home for all 90 NCAA championships. I'm guessing for the men it would be /CWS.
Still go to the women.
We get an extra letter. Guys headed to Super Regionals this weekend. Great action nationwide. This is Anna Shellnut, the 5th of the veterans in a row here in the order, from 2 to 6 in the lineup. Knowles had Kaylee Mudge in scoring position with nobody out in the 1st inning. And a couple of flyouts and a strikeout ended the threat. The pivot, too, you can't say enough about how Lonnie Alameda has handled this team. You know, in years past, they've had power. They've been able to rely on one big hit. It wasn't happening. So they turned immediately to the speed game. We've been calling it mischief all week. Get on, get over, get in, and wreak a little havoc on the base paths. It has served them so well.
117 stolen bases on the year. you can't steal first base, and that's the problem. Yesterday, they really...
They'll try.
True.
Well, it's just getting the ball on the ground, which is ironic because I feel like the game has evolved to where everyone's trying to get it in the air, right? Launch angles, trying to lift. But that's not Florida State's game. In fact, they've had so many flyouts, it's taken away their game, which is the ground and the speed.
And that's the counter from Patty Gasso, going with a rise ball pitcher. And going with a left-hander. She loves the lefties. 4 national championships. All left-handers in the circle.
Well, and the more that G keeps the ball in the air and those cans of corn show up, it helps the defense, which has been a little shaky in the World Series. 8 errors for Oklahoma, which is uncharacteristic. Best fielding percentage coming into this Women's College World Series. But they stumbled a little bit defensively.
What's interesting, too, Juarez's story is a little bit similar to Megan King's, the star pitcher of the 2018 championship side for Florida State. Didn't have success at the World Series earlier in their careers, and then the last time around, King was money, and so has been G. Juarez. Gets the strikeout of Shelnutt, 2 down. She lost both Champ Series games to UCLA in 2019. And she's been fiery. She's been feisty this time around in the circle.
Well, and she's been working from ahead, and this rise ball is well placed. Look at the way she gets under that. The snap, the explosion out of her fingers, the backward rotation, but well located, working from ahead, in control of the at-bat, and getting Florida State to swing at pitches that she can elevate out of the zone.
Devin Flaherty in the 7th spot in the order, freshman from Sarasota. All-ACC performer, had a terrific second half of the year, was one of their better hitters. 1 hit so far in the Champ Series for Devin. She's one in particular, as you see with the stolen bases, that can make some things happen after a single or a walk. Fouls off the 1-2. She made good contact off of Juarez yesterday. Hit it twice, pretty hard, but right at people. Juarez checks the dugout, gets the sign from pitching coach Jen Rocha, and away she goes. Flaherty, a liner, and well placed is Nicole Mendez. 3 up, 3 down, a 1.
I think we need to add an asterisk. All with left-handed pitchers. And left-handed and left-handed G. Juarez is in the circle again.
She's a lefty, folks, in case you didn't know.
No, actually, it's uncanny, though, that she wouldn't have a, big power right-handed pitcher.
Both the Pages a few years ago. Parker and Lowry.
Kaylani Ricketts.
Kaylani with the crop duster.
Hey, don't forget Jen Stewart.
Jen Stewart started it all. Started it all.
Back in 2000. Got the trend going. And now it's definitely a thing. She tried to play it off for a while. Like, it's just coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. No. The trend is your friend.
5, 6, and 7 here. The thing about Patty Gasso is she never lets these guys let up. She has a great sixth sense of when they're they're not quite 100% effort, or they need a little bump. Flaherty going to try. Donahue sliding in, and they got her. One down.
Well, Devin Flaherty gets this ball roped at her. This ball is scorched. But I love the way that Flaherty sticks with it and then guns it over to Mason. Donahue, one of the local favorites, just barely out. She needs to run through that. Sliding into first base actually slows you down.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're giving your all.
It's when you want it so bad, too.
Yeah.
I've done it where it's like you just leap for the bag because you want to make it there. We've seen Donahue leap a bunch. Great grabs, the emotions.
Remember yesterday when Gasso corralled the team in the back of the dugout? Did it again just a moment ago. Even with the 1-0 lead, she does not want this side to let up. They keep pouring it on.
Well, and I think that's a great point because this game is all about momentum, and we have seen it shift back and forth, and a 1-run lead is obviously not enough for either of these teams with the way the ball can fly out of the yard here.
Coleman goes opposite. Back goes Mudge to the track, and it's gone! Second Sooner home run, 2-zip.
I don't think anyone exudes more passion in this sport right now than Jayda Coleman. She takes a rise ball on the outside part of the plate, drives it out, but watch her. She gets around the bases, the emotion that she has, the excitement.
And just, she's a 400-plus hitter. She's only hitting 280 in the World Series. It's her first home run, so that's a huge hit for her.
Message received in the back of that dugout by Jayda. And now they have the new single World Series record for home runs with 15. And they are 1 run now away from tying a single series record for runs scored. They have 46. Lyons tries to punch it the other way.
Wow, just going oppo. That's the power this team has. Pitch on the outside corner and the emotion. Yeah.
I mean, watching her run around the bases. This is her the entire time, by the way.
Yeah.
The whole way, just jumping, yelling.
Ball. Let's send it down to Holly.
Patty Gasso says she is so energized and emotional, Jayda Coleman, and it's really good that she's reining it in at the right times because early in this series it got lost a little bit. She sat her down after that first James Madison game and told her just be where your feet are, just calm down and stop reacting to your outcomes. And you can see that was a relaxed swing. Jayda Coleman goes yard. She was definitely where her feet are on that one.
And what an impact, the two freshmen right there side by side. The top 2 recruits in the country coming out of high school. And the way they play the game together, you ask Tiare Jennings, she loves the spirit that you talk about, the passion. She also loves the fact she's got a car. And everybody knows that the best college friend is a college friend with a car.
Hashtag Frosty problems.
There you go.
I didn't have a car my freshman year, and those were my best friends, too. I had a bike.
I had a bike. Me too.
I was really cool.
Calling shotgun. So Florida State trying to limit the damage. We revisit the Patty Party, as we'll call it. Get back there, everybody. Go on. This was yesterday in the 5th inning. And after this little get together. They had a 4-run 6th inning. Jocelyn Alo a home run. The Met busted the game open. They won it 6-2, and now after the Patty party today, a home run ball from Jada Coleman.
She mentioned to Holly Rowe that she wasn't happy. She's like, we're better than this. And that's when she kind of grabbed them back together. Part of the reason she has that amazing win percentage.
Ball. The walk to Grace Lyons. For more on Coach Gasso, here's Holly.
Well, not only is Patty Gasso helping her team set all these records, an incredible run here at the Women's College World Series, trying to win a championship today, but her son, DJ Gasso, who is an assistant softball coach at Utah, is actually getting married this weekend. So she's got to win or lose this game today, whatever happens here, and then go straight to the rehearsal dinner in Tulsa. So it's going to be a really busy day for Patty either way, but it's kind of funny. Her son, DJ, congratulations. We've known him since he was a little kid running up and down these stands here in Oklahoma City.
Of course, he played in the wedding right around the Women's College World Series. Always have to have softball connected in some shape or form.
This is an extra day. These teams, the first game for them was a week ago on Thursday. And because of some weather delays on Saturday and Sunday, this if necessary games got pushed back a day. The Champ Series started a day late, and now the if necessary game in the Champ Series. So 39 years, this is the first time that the schedule, all 17 games had to be played out. So for those of us that missed softball last year, bonus.
That's what the softball gods do. You missed it last year, we'll give you as much as possible this year.
One on for Jana Johns, who had a home run in game 2.
One place you don't want to miss with Jana Johns is up. That's what happened last night. Not even that high in the zone, but the ball was scorched way up and out. It was out of the camera angle, couldn't even pick it up, came back down eventually. Huge solo blast, and that was early. Oklahoma hadn't yet responded to Florida State's first 2 runs they had put up.
Snagged by Watson to Muffley for 1, and that's all they'll get. 2 down. Well, the NBA playoffs roll on with a couple of conference semifinal games tonight on ESPN. KD, Kyrie, and the Nets. Game 3 with Giannis and the Bucks tonight. And then Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz, winners of Game 1. Get ready for Kawhi and the Clippers in Game 2. The Countdown crew starts our coverage at 7 Eastern with a playoff NBA double dip for you. Number 9 hitter is Taylon Snow.
So this is Oklahoma's 60th game of the year. 45 of those 60 games, they've hit multiple home runs. It's just incredible.
Sliding in safe at second is Jana Johns. Her 7th stolen base of the year.
It's almost a delay from Anna Shelnut. She kind of held the strike there an extra second. That was all that was needed for Johns to get in there easily.
Activity out in the bullpen now for the Seminoles. Catherine Sandercock will start warming up. Muffley checks the runner. The throw to first. Side retired, but another home run ball and a 2-0 Oklahoma lead over Florida State. Kaylee Harding, 8-9, and then the top of the order. And the big thing here for the Seminoles, they want to get these freshmen going again. Harding struggled yesterday in Game 2 was dynamite in the opener, and so was Kaylee Mudge. They were the ones that really cranked up the mischief on the base paths. Harding even had a home run ball in the opener. Ball. And look at this, the Game 1 win. Mudge and Harding 6 for 9 with 4 runs batted in. In the loss, they were 0 for. And Mudge did her job in the first here in Game 3 with a double, but they could not get her around.
And it was that pitch right there. Kaylee Harding struck out 3 times against G. Juarez last night, and it's the off-speed rise, the off-speed curve. A really deceiving pitch. Although that was a night game, I'm wondering now in the daytime if we're going to be able to see Florida State pick up that spin a little bit easier.
Well, just the daylight makes it easier. The night lights throw a little shadow around from time to time.
I just think, I mean, anyone, right? If you're walking around outside, do you see things better during the day or at night? At night, it's just hard, especially when you're looking for red seams on an optic yellow ball. Daytime's going to allow you to see that just so much easier.
Oh, Juarez stumbled coming off of the pitching rubber. Seems to be all right. A chuckle from G, and the walk to Harding. A base runner here will bring the tying run to the plate.
She may have clipped her feet. Sometimes your feet get caught, your spikes get caught either on the dirt or on your other shoe. Uh-oh.
Just a bit short.
At least she can laugh. She's still laughing.
Well, they try the short game here. The Muffley bunt attempts. 0-1. For this week's Sunday night baseball game is the series finale. The Cards and the Cubs. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN with Baseball Tonight. Sunday night countdown. Cubs got a big win yesterday against the Padres. They stay in first place in the Central. St. Louis 3 games back.
Did not see that coming. Thought the Cardinals would be winning it easily.
Muffley will square again. Wow. 0-2, and that one might have dinged Hansen.
Hansen's, you can see her hand, it goes down and hits her on the elbow. A lot of times you try to keep that throwing arm protected behind your body, but it's so natural to want to start to, when that ball's rising, to want to start to come up, especially with the runner on base in case you have to throw down.
You see the mark already. And when you're hit there, Smitty, too, it gets your nerve. It's not just the, you can see the mark right there on her elbow, but that nerve, and that's why she's shaking her arm. I've been hit there before, and then you can't feel your hand. So that's what she's trying to do right now, is obviously very important for a catcher in her throwing hand to be able to feel it.
Well, and remember, on the throwing hand here, with a team that steals a lot of bases and some speed over at first, it's been very hard to run on Kinsey this year. They may want to test her a little bit here.
Well, and the inability right now to execute the bunt. 2 sacrifice attempts from Josie Muffley down in the 9th spot. This is Florida State's game. We've bragged about it this entire tournament. This is what they do. She's tried now twice to put down a bunt, unable to do it.
And that's the spin of G. Juarez. It's really hard to hit spinny pitchers or bunt spinny pitchers.
Muffley swinging away, and another pop-up. Lions calls, and they cannot advance. Harding, top of the order, coming around with 1 out.
This will be the difference in the game for Florida State. They will not win this game unless they can put the ball on the ground. A lot of flyouts. It's been 5 flyouts, 0 groundouts in this game, 10 flyouts. That's 15 against G. Juarez. Early in this game, their game is on the ground. They've got to do it.
So here are the 2 rookies, Harding on base and Mudge at the plate. And the veterans will come up behind them. 5 in a row. A double to right center her first time up, and then a couple of pop-ups and a strikeout ended the threat in the first inning. How about that? Passing Jessie Warren, Michelle Moultrie, and Brittany Lestrap's most hits in a single series.
And this is a kid that didn't start the entire season. She didn't really start playing full time until the second, half of the season?
Yeah.
Third almost of the season? Third half of the season?
Right before the postseason.
Yeah.
It was actually the tournament, the
Yeah.
ACC tournament
Yeah.
is when she started to get consistent starts.
They should be in a rhythm by this point. This is their 7th game for both these teams in the last 7 days. They have combined to win 9 elimination games to get into the national championship, so they are very familiar with the pressure of this place.
Well, and the ironic part as well is that if you look at the situationals with Florida State, they actually hit left-handers better than right-handers, but they have not been able to figure out G. Juarez.
Mudge. Snow will get the out at first. 2 down, Harding into scoring position, and again the tying run comes to the plate. Sydney Sherrill.
We talked about the veterans. Here's where they begin. You mentioned it, Beth, all 5 in a row in this lineup. I feel like on purpose, the first time this World Series, they're all 5 together. This is the first.
And they all have had a clutch moment or 2 already in this World Series. Let's send it down to Holly.
Well, you guys are absolutely right. I spoke with Lonnie Alameda of Florida State before the game, and this is not by accident. She said, I'm putting all the seniors together. I want to see if there's something special, if they can get us started. She also said the key to today was not to give up home runs with people on base. And even though we've seen the bats come out in the home runs, they have not been hurt badly, just trailing by 2 right now.
0-1 to Sherrill. Buying some time against G. Juarez. Look at that left foot on the back of the chalk.
As far back as you can get.
And I actually think they need to make some adjustments and come up in the box and hit the ball before it's, because Juarez isn't going to blow it past you. It's about her spin, not her speed. And if they can make the adjustment and hit it before it really starts to break, i.e. up in the box, they're going to have to do something, though, to make some adjustments. Because right now, everything they're hitting, look at the foul balls. Everything is up.
Yep.
Everything is lifted.
Get to it before it.
Exactly. And so as a pitcher, when I would see hitters move to the front of the box, it was more about velo, about trying to blow it past them or freeze them with the changeup, speed differential.
Usually better against lefties, but not the case against Juarez specifically thus far. Another fly ball. Jennings loses it in the sun, and a run will score. Two to 1.
This ball is skyrocketed high in the sky, and actually Sydney Sherrill jogging should have made the second even easier, but Tiare Jennings just completely loses it. She tries to yell to get some help, but at that point, Taylon Snow nowhere near the ball. I don't even know if she would have been able to.
Big break for Florida State and a run on the board. It started with a walk for Harding. This is the top fielding percentage defense in the country, but an assist from the Sun.
Well, and normally it would have been an infield fly, automatic out, but because there were 2 outs, that was not in play. So a lucky break there for Florida State.
And now they've got the tying run in scoring position. Well, we have a second. Let's check out the lineup coming your way. Some soccer, some NBA playoffs, some UFC. Euros get underway on Friday on ESPN. Turkey, Italy, then Belgium, Russia on ABC Saturday. NBA action for you, primetime ABC Saturday night. And then late night with UFC on your ESPN+. Good lineup as the softball season comes to its conclusion here this afternoon for the national championship. Mason looking for a base knock to tie this up, or something even better to grab the lead. Two home runs, 6 runs batted in at the World Series, and a home run off of Juarez yesterday. Mason, high fly ball, lines, called off by Donahue, makes the catch. Sneaking your laptop or your phone into your meeting at work today to follow along.
Stats class using this as part of their homework.
There you go.
Brilliant teachers out there. This is great. You'll learn more watching this game.
Hey, isn't softball and baseball? We're all about numbers, right?
Extra credit. Nerd alert.
Some brilliant professors out there. I love it.
Starting to see some of the baseball analytics creep more and more into softball, which is a good thing to see. Going to take deeper dives into the stats. Here you go.
Speaking of numbers,
in your stat class today.
Oklahoma offense just traditional all this year. Second time, third time through is Tiare Jennings. Her second time now. You see the batting average jump. More than double. This is what the Sooners do. They're slow to start, but they're gathering that data, that information.
Well, so on the flip side of that, as the pitch calling, you can't stay in the same spot too often. You've got to mix speeds.
Well, that's the spot to get in on the bats of these Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah, and we have some of the best pitch calling in this game. Lonnie Alameda for the Seminoles, Jen Rocha for Oklahoma, and G. Juarez. And you're right, Jess, you've got to get underneath the hands. And how do you get underneath the hands quicker? You use effective velocity, you mix speeds, you go outside.
Base hit up the middle, the third of the ball game for the Sooners. And Jennings is on board for Allo. Let's send it down to Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, Jocelyn Allo and her father, Levi, would come to the mainland U.S. every year, every summer, spend about $10,000, get a single-bedroom apartment, and just hit the softball circuit. And so after she came in as a freshman, hit the freshman home run record, the next year she was really pressing. She said, I didn't want my dad to feel like he had wasted money in investing in me. And so Patty Gasso put her on what they call a softball cleanse. She had to leave for 2 weeks. No social media, no television. She couldn't be part of the team. And that has reinvigorated her passion. And we see that. She's come out better than ever as we see a pitching change right here.
Danielle Watson will depart. More games this year with a home run than without. That's how strong she has been. And the pitching change here, an interesting choice. It's not Catherine Sandercock or Kaylin Arnold. It is Emma Wilson. 20 innings of work all season. A brief appearance yesterday in Game 2 for the freshman. And she steps onto this stage to face Allo with Jennings on first base. Backhanded by Cheryl. The long throw to first. Got her.
That was a great play. I mean, I think we take for granted when our defenders make plays look easy that we think there is easy. This ball is hit hard down to the right side. Sydney Cheryl coming over the top of the bag and then has to throw a perfect throw. And again, the intimidation of Allo. Everyone's playing deep. I think this helps Cheryl in her range. But the accuracy of the throw, the completion of the play, she's been lights out all World Series.
She has made 2 really strong plays at third, showing the range today. Had one of the biggest defensive plays of the whole series when she had to play second base and was a cutoff for a throw from center field, and they nailed a base runner at home plate in Game 1 of this champ series.
And as a freshman, won that national championship playing second base for the Noles. Jessie Warren was the third baseman. So just one of those prototypical infielders that can play almost any position. Can be a middle, can be a corner.
Runner in scoring position for Kinsey Hansen in the midst of a 15-game hitting streak in which she has driven in 22 runs.
Ball.
3-0. What a moment for Emma Wilson, a chance to work through this, coming on in relief.
Coach Lonnie Alameda calls her the future of the program. She can spin the ball well. She's got decent velocity.
Now she's going to have the experience last night and today. And how about throwing her in the two best hitters in this lineup?
Ball.
And a 4-pitch walk to Hansen. Came on for 3 batters in game 2, gave up the 1 hit. One of the 3 pitchers that Lonnie used in game 2. And now a couple on base for Nicole Mendez. Second free pass for the Sooners. Mendez also with a home run in this Champ Series back in game 1 when she and Hansen went back-to-back. Grounded to Flaherty, makes the play over to first. 2 down with runners on second and third. And it's Mackenzie Donahue. They've already got the graphic from her catch the other day out left.
Sports Center, top 10.
We've seen her go back for the wall. We've seen her come in and dive.
She had the #1 play a couple nights ago. 3 home runs on Saturday, on Elimination Saturday, to get them through to the semifinals. And then they had to beat JMU twice to advance.
Another player that was not in the starting lineup consistently fought her way in here this World Series.
Ball.
I don't think there's any way. She's proven. I mean, the 3 home runs Saturday, the diving plays, and honestly, she has become a huge hit. All these fans, it's not Booze that you hear, it's Lou, which is the nickname that her mom gave her.
She had the hit off of Wilson last night.
Ball.
3-0. Here's a little air, Donahue.
This is where you see the poster going back perfectly up against the wall, the jump, 2 feet in the air, extension, and the emotion that she showed afterward, fired up. Yes.
Catches the corner, 3-1. Mustang, Oklahoma, like so many before, getting a chance to wear that jersey after they dreamed about it as kids. 3-2. Holly Rowe in the background there, getting ready to talk to Patty Gasso.
Literally right behind her, ready to jump out.
3-2 pitch.
Ball.
In the dirt and the bases are loaded. Second walk of the inning. And it's the home run hitter, Jada Coleman. Solo shot in the second. That gets away from the catcher, and sliding in safe at home is Jennings. 3-1. Shelnut could not keep it in front, and a wild pitch.
It's a drop ball that just gets down in the dirt, and it's in the right-handed batter's box. It looks like Shelnut's going to try to get back on her own, but a lot of speed with Tiare Jennings. Great jump, immediately coming in. So the Sooners picking back up the run that they gave up last inning.
Just one hit in the inning, but a run in. Hanson and Donahue also moved up 60 feet. Let's revisit the home run shot.
Well, the one spot they can't miss is up. Jada Coleman taking that pitch above the belt, driving it out to left field. Where they've had success against her this tournament is when they've gotten her down in the zone.
2-0. A lot of similarities between Coleman and Sydney Romero. Really, Jennings and Coleman, and Romero and Knighton, who won a national championship their freshman year.
One's a lefty, one's a righty.
Yep. Patty Gasso says the same kind of mentality for these two freshmen. Very advanced in their softball IQ and their instincts for the game, just like Shea and Sid had.
Jada didn't swing away through the first 3 games of this World Series. She was showing a lot of slap, and now the power has really started to come.
Shelnut able to keep that one in front. Runners will hold.
Shelnut getting a workout back there. I mean, you could tell Holly Rose talked about the heat down on the field. Imagine all the gear, the sweat. Then you're getting balls in the dirt every 3rd pitch. Runners on base, the game on the line.
Well, control an issue right here for Wilson. Has already walked a couple in the inning. And a wild pitch to get a run in. Coleman laces that one to left. Off the top of the wall. Hanson will score. Donahue will score. Three ribs for the Gladiator on second base.
That championship mindset, showing up and knowing what your strengths are. Driving this outside pitch that is elevated, a rise ball that is on the plate. Coleman just going oppo with it. Almost the same spot where a home run is, drives it off the wall. It's 2 big RBIs, giving the Sooners a little bit more separation from the Noles.
Both those runs got on base via the walk, and they come in on the 2-run double for Coleman. It's a 5-1 lead, and another pitching change for Florida State. And this is Grace Lyons, who walked back in the second. Wilson ended up facing 5 batters. Sandercock 5-2 this postseason. A relief appearance in Game 1 of the Champ Series. Started and took the loss yesterday. Sherrill, hot shot again, handled by Sid. Side retired.
G. Juarez has been outstanding in the circle. One of the reasons she will continue to stay in this game is the way that she can separate with velocity. A rise ball at the top of the zone at 67 miles an hour, but then she can attack you outside, take something off it. It's like an off-speed rise ball, 57 miles an hour. So the differential in velocity really tough to pick up. Look at those numbers. 4-0 record. Ooh.
33 strikeouts to 7 walks. I mean, that's what jumps out to me, because the free pass is limited, especially in this Champ Series.
And she avoided the one bugaboo that she had, and that was giving up an early run and an early home run. And did not happen. Seminoles had a chance to score in the first, and G was able to shut it down. Cassidy Davis 1 for 3 against Juarez the last 24 hours. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Seminoles. Davis, Donahue.
She's diving into first base, trying to get a single. She's diving down the line.
That was a little out of reach.
4 feet from it, doesn't matter. She's all over the place. Air Donahue, the signs that have been made overnight for her.
Interesting, too, what Gasso just told Holly Rowe about just finding some quiet space in their dugout. It's been something that both of these teams have done this year. And a strikeout for Juarez. They called it live in your own dugout. Avoid all the distractions. Don't worry when you're 33-0 as you check out the strikeout. Just do your job day in and day out. And for the Seminoles, don't worry that we're not hitting the ball well, that we're getting frustrated. Live in our own dugout and just focus on the process and making sure we're at our best at the end of the season.
That was something Lonnie Alameda did. It's an actual drill. When they got here, they all got in a circle, stood on the field. This is before any fans, anyone was here. And instead of facing each other, they all faced to the outside. And she said, this is the part of our game that we cannot let get into our inner circle. Look around you. There'll be fans. There'll be social media. There'll be negativity. And then she said, let's turn right back into this circle and let's block it all out. This is the moment that we understand, and they even did when they turned around to the outside, they brought up all the things that are out there, and then they were able to physically close it off and get back into their circle.
And isn't it the difference between teams that excel here at a College World Series? They can handle the environment, right? They stay within themselves. And the experience, having been here before, is a big part of that.
And it is different, Smitty. I mean, you think about when we played, I mean, the social media aspect of that is real. And both coaches have talked about it. As soon as they get on the buses, everyone has their phones out, and they are reading everything that's being said about them.
Two was fouled out of play. Nice tweets are always better than mean ones. And here are the 5, Davis, Mason, Morgan, Shelnut, and Sherrill, winners in 2018. Looking for a bookend. To cap off an amazing time in Tallahassee. Coleman's got it, 2 down. Seven flyouts now, and the 1 ground out 3K for G. We will hear from Lonnie Alameda with Holly Rowe coming up. Couple of hits for the Noles, 1 run in. Shelnut, a strikeout victim in the second.
Juarez is hiding her off-speed pitch so well. I think the Noles are even having a hard time if they're sitting on it. It's hard to identify it because it spins so tight. She's got such good revolutions on that pitch that it looks like it's coming in at 67 when it's really coming in at 57.
Well, and to Patty Gasso's point, too, she's pitching her best games today, yesterday. I mean, literally, this has not been her MO, and not that she hasn't been good, but she's not been great. Her numbers, decent, but not dominant.
Oh, 2 pitch.
Ball.
Well, I think for all of us, whether it's age or injury, you're not the same that you once were. And in her case, the injury, you sort of have to embrace the new you, and it was a reinvention. And Patty Gasso had long conversations. Don't chase what was. Embrace what is. And be your best right now.
Hello.
And the maturity to understand that she's going to give up hits. She's going to give up long balls. She's given up 20 home runs this year, but comes back out, gives up a big hit, comes back out, looks forward, it's in the past, and that's what great pitchers do.
Well, that's how failure helps you understand that. When you've never failed, then you don't know how to deal with it. She's failed.
Called strike three. Second of the inning, fourth of the game for G. Juarez to the bottom of the fourth at a 5-1 lead.
G. Juarez continuing to spin a gem, a curveball in the inside corner, the emotion, the energy, G. Juarez.
Ball.
Johns reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base back in the second. Roller to Flaherty. Going down. Now the NBA playoffs, we got a conference semifinal doubleheader coming up for you on ESPN tonight. It's playoffs time, folks. Nets and Bucks at 7:30. Clippers and Jazz coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. Conference semifinals get underway with the Countdown Crew coverage at 7 Eastern. Snow ground out to second. Only had one at-bat in game one and game two, and now her second at-bat of the day here in game three. Cheryl, she's been taking care of everything down at third, 2 outs.
So good.
Oh, so outstanding, yeah.
She makes it look so easy, too. I think that's the part that it's hard to highlight because you don't have the big dives coming up, and just a smoothness and a consistency. A lot of these veterans in this team, they just provide that.
ACC's all-time leader in doubles. She's top 5 in Florida State history in home runs and runs batted in. And as she's been showing off for us today, the glove work that made her the ACC's Defensive Player of the Year. With Allo on deck, Jennings a ground out and then singled and scored in the third. It was a 3-run third inning for the Sooners. A little breathing room from a 1-run game.
Ball.
Allo waiting her turn. The 34th home run of the season back in the second inning. Side retired. Jocelyn Allo, a home run ball, and there's a big swing back to the track. And with just enough room is Nicole Mendez. Flaherty is retired, 1 down. Jada Coleman also a solo home run for the Sooners, and then they tagged on 3 runs in the third inning. Here's Harding. Walked and scored with the 2-out pop-up. But the second baseman, Tiare Jennings, lost in the sun. Juarez working into the 5th inning. Just the 2 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts. Make it 5. 2 down.
G. Juarez is using all her tools. It's the rotation. Look at the way this ball is spinning. This is a rise ball at the top of the zone for the swing and miss. Again, the way this ball is just tumbling, the rotation, the velocity. How about the mix of speeds? It's showing up 10 miles an hour slower, and then painting the corner. A couple of strikeouts looking. That last one, a changeup. But it's that really tight rotation, so it looks like it's coming in at 68 when it's coming in at 58 because of how tight she spins it.
And that ended up middle, Smitty. And when you see a hitter with 2 strikes strike out on that, you know there's deception involved.
Making her first back-to-back starts since late April. And the 6th time this year that she has pitched back-to-back days. But in her remarkable career, she has never, even at Arizona State, gone back-to-back complete games. Inching closer to that right now. 1, 2, 3, and the 5th. She's retired 7 in a row.
And how about the 88 home runs in her career?
95 is the all-time record. Lauren Chamberlain from Oklahoma. That will be in great peril next season.
And Florida State loves that she comes up with no one on base. And Lonnie Alameda has said that they will give up the solo shots. It's when there's runners on.
Lines that right back up the middle. Alo continues to have a fabulous World Series.
What I love is not just the long ball, right? But the fact that she's a 400 hitter. Why? Because this is a ball. This is a pitch that is a pitcher's pitch. It's off speed. It's down in the zone. It's below the knee. And this is all you can do with it. She's not trying to hit a home run. She's actually just trying to get her barrel on it. And when she does, it finds grass in ways that most hitters just can't do that.
I mean, the powering numbers are staggering, but the batting average is mind-blowing. 472 coming into today's game.
Quite often her practice is facing 1,000 pitches a day. There's a youngster from her dad, Levi,
Ball.
to get her prepared.
Well, and the amount of growing up that she's had to do and being real and honest about that, to me is leadership. Holly Rowe talked about it earlier in this game. Patty Gasso sitting her out for 2 weeks in the middle of a season to get her mind right, to allow her to understand what was important. And when you go through that while you're still a sophomore and then you're a junior, and now, I mean, for her to have those 4 years of experience to now give to everyone else, and there is such a peace when she's up to bat. Like when she's 0 for 3 and she gets in that batter's box, she's not pressing, she's not stressing, she knows. She's like, why have I not gotten a hit yet? There's an understanding that she has learned and matured through her years.
Kaula, Hawaii, from the island of Oahu.
And the leadership for all these amazing young freshmen on the team that look up to her.
Well, how about the young girls? I mean, she grew up watching Crystal Bustos. Both you and I played with her.
Yeah.
I mean, does it get to be a better hitter than Crystal Bustos? And that's who she was watching. And what stood out to her wasn't the fact that she's hitting 400-foot balls, but the fact that she was also calm and present in the batter's box. And that's what she has tried to emulate.
She used to watch Bustos videos when she was in a slump to help get herself out of it. Muffley stepping on second, firing to first, double play. Good D from Josie, 2 down.
This is a Knowles team that has been very sound defensively in this series. Pitch on the outside corner, and I love the fact that Muffley knows that we've got a right-handed hitter up, so I'm going to take this on my own. I'm going to step on the bag and just gun it over to Lizzie Mason at first. Picks up the double play.
Nicole Mendez 0 for 2 today. She too is trying to bookend her career with national championships. A member of the All-World Series team as a freshman in 2017. They were the 10 seed that year and went back-to-back with the legendary 17-inning game. The 3-run home run from Shea Knighton to win Game 1 of the Champ Series. Ball. Both these sides with good young talent. Should be coming back here quite a bit. Two.
Ball.
Sandercock does a good job of getting these Oklahoma hitters to chase pitches below the knee. All that movement, over the top spin on that drop ball.
Her jumping to the left creates such leverage.
Yeah.
I mean, when you watch her explode off that rubber, she goes to the left. And as a left-handed batter, is so deceptive.
Oh, it's left and angle.
Flaherty makes the play. To the 6th we go, and the top of the order coming up for Florida State. Inning we go, and a 5-1 Oklahoma lead. 2 of their 5 hits, home runs off the bats of Jocelyn Alo and Jada Coleman. They were able to open things up with a 3-run 3rd inning. And now it's to the top of the order, Mudge, Sherrill, and Mason to get something started for the Noles.
This is the inning. This is the inning for Florida State. You always think it's going to be the 7th, but this is where Florida State has stacked their lineup to succeed. This is where they have to get it done, and I'm not saying that they absolutely can't in the 7th, but Lonnie Alameda talked about the 5 hitters that are after Kaylee Mudge. Kaylee Mudge, by the way, 14 hits in the World Series, leads all hitters, and then all 5 after her are the veterans.
Ball.
Sherrill in the on-deck circle is the run producer back in the 3rd inning.
And how about Mudge leading off the game with a double in the gap? But then nothing doing. G shutting it down just like she did last night. Gives up a big hit in the 1st, shuts it down.
Just 2 hits allowed on the day. Caught by Snow at first. And they take care of the leadoff, 1 down.
This is good placement. I mean, Taylor Snow gets this grab, but she's far off the line from the get-go. You don't even see her in this shot because that's how far she understands where Kaylee Mudge hits the ball. Sometimes it's where you're at on the field.
A lot of great defense starts with proper positioning, knowing your pitcher's tendencies, hitter's tendencies, where they're going to go, and then making sure you're in the right spot. And a lot of people always say, oh, you got to protect the line. Well, sometimes you got to protect the holes, right? The 5-6 hole, the 3-4 hole.
Sherrill in the Champ Series 3 years ago. a couple of home runs. Mason in the World Series 3 years ago, a couple of home runs. Looking to be the rally starters here. Nice grab, Dad.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, to come back with a hug. Oh, that made me. Girl, Dad. Going up and getting it.
Nice extension.
He saved a couple lives there, too.
That had a little air down to it. Crowd wanted to punch out, not going to get it, 1 and 2.
Kitten Hansen does such a good dog behind the dish, selling it to the crowd, not to the umpire, but to the crowd.
Definitely the crowd. Well, they want anything within 3 feet.
Well, the Gladiators know they got to win the crowd. Sherrill goes opposite. Donahue coming in now, going back, and makes the catch. 2 down.
Okay, now she just wants to make plays. I mean, this one was probably hit 2 feet from where she started, but she broke the wrong way. She came in on this, and I get it. It looked like it was going to be off the end of the bat. So watch her break in. Oh, no. Go back, and now she gets her classic Air Donahue leap, which wouldn't have been had she started in her regular spot. She's got it down packed.
Elizabeth Mason.
Ball.
This is seriously going to be a T-shirt in Oklahoma.
She's got good ups. It's the best. When you're a pitcher and you turn around and your outfield has just made a grab like that, you're like, yes!
Giselle Juarez, 6-0 in this NCAA tournament, 4 of them at the World Series after losing both championship games in 2019. Can she win a pair back-to-back in 2021? Another pop-up. Hansen, the 1-2-3 inning, and the Sooners are 3 outs away. Foul ball off the bat of Donahue.
Our own Holly Rowe fighting cancer and the emotions that brings out. Really cool to see Jada Coleman's mom and dad, but just knowing, I love that tradition here. The ball coming back to the parents. I mean, so much that's been sacrificed from parents to get to this point and then to see their daughter shine.
Sherrill gobbles up another one. 1 down, and here comes Coleman. And they have looked to their leadership throughout this season. And really, when you go from becoming a good team to a good program, like these two have, and you're passing the information from class down to class, and you have players like Coleman that come in as a sponge that want to learn and follow in the tradition. Clarity has time to get her.
I mean, the young players on this team, we've talked a lot about Jocelyn Allo and the leaders and the older, but Jada Coleman, Tiara Jennings, I mean, this Sooners team is just going to keep on getting better, and who they're learning from.
Well, this was Allo between innings. Look at her in the background there. Firing up her mates.
Everybody has their job. Jenna Rocha immediately talking with G. Juarez about what they're calling, what they're going to do, right? And then you have the hitters getting together.
Good backhand Muffley. Fires the first. 1-2-3 inning. And G. Juarez will try and finish it off with a second consecutive complete game victory.
Which is amazing because it's something she has not done in her entire career.
What a time to do it. I mean, you always say that, right? You get here and you want to see the stars shine, but you also see the best of a player come out when the pressure is at its highest.
Cassidy Davis. She will be followed by Danny Morgan and Anna Shelnut. So 3 due up here that have the veteran vibe we've been talking about. National champions in 2018. Lonnie Alameda lined them up this way, looking for some magic this afternoon.
Ball.
Juarez continuing to use that pitch down at the knees, puts that right on the corner of the rotation, the tight spin. It's tough to pick up. Gets Davis looking.
In for a strike to Danny Morgan. Not only record-breaking crowds here at Hall of Fame Stadium, but so much love of the game from you folks at home. Game 2 last night averaged more than 2 million viewers, the most viewed Champ Series Game 2 ever, with an audience that peaked at 2.6 million.
Holy smokes.
Enjoying the 17 games here at the World Series all week long. Thanks for being a part of it. We always say there are those that love the game and those that just don't know they love it yet. And more experiencing the joys of Oklahoma City. 1-2 pitch. One of the more remarkable runs we've seen in a while here at the World Series for the Florida State Seminoles. As a 10 seed, they just kept finding ways to win throughout the postseason. Upset after upset of teams seated above them. Coming out of the losers bracket, winners of their last 8 elimination games over their last 2 World Series. And another called strike 3, 2 down. Anna Shelnut.
Ball.
I just love that both of these teams lost the first game of this World Series. And both teams faced 8 straight elimination games to get to this Game 3.
Ball.
Chance of G from the Oklahoma faithful. 2-0. Looking to stay perfect in the postseason for Juarez.
Ball.
Even more adrenaline may have kicked in here for Juarez, and she'll take the quick timeout, 3-0. We talked about it all year long. The play at the plate, they will shatter records for batting average, home runs, runs scored, slugging. And then G. Juarez shows up the way she has this week at the World Series, and the arm to match the bats. As Shelnut draws the walk, and a base runner with 2 outs for the Seminoles. And it's redshirt freshman Devin Flaherty.
Ball.
Jen Rocha now out of the dugout to talk with G, try to settle her down. A memorable trip to the Women's College World Series. Odyssey Alexander from James Madison, and the job that the Dukes did. Last time on this stage, we got to watch Coach Mike Candrea and Coach Lou Harris-Champer, Arizona and Georgia head coaches, announcing their retirements after a trip back here. The perfect game of Montana Fouts at Alabama. And now a terrific 3-game series for the championship.
Ball.
Smitty, when you're 1 out away from the biggest win of your life, does your heart just kick up another gear? Is that what we're seeing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's controlling emotions. It's just figuring out and being like, hey, hit the zone. Trust.
For Patty Gasso, the terrific start to the season. They get out to 33-0, and a lot of the pressure that comes with that to keep everybody rowing in the same direction towards a championship. Talk all year long about whether they're one of the best lineups in the history of the game, and they are 1 strike away from a championship.
Heck of a battle from Devin Flaherty. She's had the hardest hit balls in this game. 2 lineouts deep into the outfield. Good at bats against G. She's battling her here.
Not a play.
G. Juarez has given her everything. She's come in on the hand. She's gone away with the curveball. That last one off speed. She's like, are you kidding me? Like, what else do you want me to throw at you? I won't be surprised if she tries to go upstairs to finish her off.
Flaherty gets a hold of one. Down the line, in foul territory, off the glove of Nicole Mendez as she crashes into the side wall. All-out effort from Mendez. And appears to be okay. And a thumbs up from Nicole.
She had a good jump on this one, had to come far. Dives right into the wall. That's adrenaline smiles right now. She's going to have a bruise and a headache.
Still one strike away, and they amp up again. Flaherty pops it up. Juarez has it. A record-breaking run for Oklahoma, capped with a 5th national championship. After losing their first game of the World Series, they come all the way back through the losers bracket. They drop game 1 of the Champ Series and rally to win 2 straight. And the top seed wins for a 5th time. The 3rd in 5 years for Oklahoma. Smashing home run records, and then coupling that with the arm of Giselle Juarez. Lost both games of the Champ Series in 2019. She wins games 2 and 3 this time around. They finish out the year 56-4, having avenged every single defeat. And a valiant effort by the Florida State Seminoles as the 10 seed to make it all the way through to the finals. And a remarkable season for the Seminoles.
How about G. Juarez recording every out of the 7th inning? 2 strikeouts, the pop out back to her. First time in her career, back-to-back complete games on back-to-back days.
They honestly weren't sure that she would be able to pitch this season, coming back from the bicep injury. Put in the time, and the reaction from Patty Gasso. Relief and elation. And then the celebration.
This is a Sooners team we are never going to forget. The records that they broke, what they showed after losing against James Madison, losing against Florida State in game 1. The heroes, everyone from a 5'3" Mackenzie Donahue to the player of the year and probably the player of the decade, Jocelyn Alo.
How about Lonnie Alameda and the Noles? The job they did was an amazing year for them.
They're going to wake up tomorrow and they're going to feel like they've won because they were not very good a month ago. And the fact that they got to this point, a game 3 in the Women's College World Series, Lonnie Alameda has said it the entire time. We're winning just by being here.
This year's Capital One Tournament Most Outstanding Player. The pitcher, G. Juarez. Complete game wins back-to-back for the first time in her career, and she does it in an elimination game 2 and then a winner-take-all game 3.
Well, if you're going to spin a couple of gems, you might as well do it on the last couple days of your career, and that's what G. Juarez does. That high spin rate makes that curveball and that off-speed blend together. She tunnels her pitches so well. She worked the edges, and she worked from ahead. Just a great effort by G. Juarez.
She's on the field now with Holly Rowe.
Well, G. Juarez, a winner in the circle today. This has been a long time coming. You came to the World Series early in your career and didn't have the success you wanted. What was different this time around that gave you the strength?
My teammates and God, like, all the glory right now goes to God. He's been working through this team so much, and I mean, without them, I wouldn't be where I am, and they had my back the entire tournament, and it's God and them.
They have just named you as the most outstanding player. What does that mean to you to be at your very best in this moment?
It's a team effort. I just wanted to give it all for them, and I did. I laid it all out there. I gave them everything I had, and I mean, they had my back, and like I don't even know what else to say.
You did give them everything you had, G. It was hot out here. It was hard out here. What were you fighting through out there to get those final outs?
Just fighting through the heat, and I mean, FSU's a great team. They have great hitters. They made me work, and I mean, they had a fantastic season, so just battling them and then just understanding, Grace came up to me every time, like, just be you, have fun, be at peace, God's got you, like that type of thing. So just remembering that and just knowing that they have my back out there on defense.
You talk about being you. You've had to reinvent yourself in a way as a pitcher. What was the hardest part that you got through that has led you to this championship moment?
I think just fighting through the adversity. I've been fighting to get back on this field so I could be and finish my career with this team, and I'm just so excited, so grateful.
Overcoming that bicep tear, it was difficult. How has that run support had your back when you see those balls going over the fence time and time again? How does that help your effort?
Oh, it's so awesome. It puts me at ease just knowing that they got me, and my job to get outs.
You finished here today as a national champ and a most outstanding player. How does that sound, G?
Pretty good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Go Boomer!
Big day for Giselle Juarez and the Oklahoma Sooners. They win their 3rd national championship in the last 5 years and their 5th overall under the direction of Patty Gasso. Beth Mowins along with Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. What a job for Juarez going back-to-back in this kind of heat, Michelle, to come up with this effort.
Yeah, and she was in control of the game from the very start. Worked from ahead today, not as much yesterday, but really relied on her defense as well. And when the ball leaves the yard and you have that protection, you have that lead, it makes your job a lot easier.
That protection, could you have a better player on your team on the reverse than Jocelyn Alo? I mean, I am just further impressed. I mean, we talked about her all season long. She's the player of the year, all of the hype, and then she continued to prove it on the biggest stage. A home run last night, a huge home run today, 88 home runs career. We are going to see her bust open that all-time Division I record.
Yeah, she's already 5th all-time, and she'll be back next year. She's already announced that. She also joins a pretty good list of folks that have won the National Player of the Year award and then capped off that season with a national championship for her team. And Alo is now on that list, and she is with Holly Rowe.
Well, Jocelyn, you guys had to do it the hard way. Tell me what happened after you lost the first game out here to come back and make it through this series.
We just came out here and we did our thing. Coach, like I said yesterday, we're a very resilient team, and we're not going to be beat twice, let alone 3 times.
You guys got on top early today. You had trailed in the previous 2 games. What was the mindset to go in attacking today?
To just go and punch and punch and punch. Every day we practice these scenarios, so it just showed that practice makes perfect.
You have that beautiful home run shot. Your swing is so pure. What does it feel when you're in the box and you swing like that?
Effortless. I'm not thinking too much whenever I go up there. I just go up there and I do my thing. There's nothing much to it.
This has been a hard year. COVID has been difficult. All you've had is your team all year. What does it say about this group that you're ending with the national championship?
Oh, it's awesome. All the trials and stuff that we've been through, it just showed how much we can persevere through things and how much Coach Gassler really trusts us. So I couldn't be more thankful to be playing with Oklahoma across my chest.
Thank you so much, Jossie.
Thank you. Shout out to Hawaii. Shout out to Mom, Dad, Nana, and Tata. I love you guys. And my little baby Kodak.
5-1 Sooners over the Seminoles for the national championship. And there is the list that Alo joins: Lori, Ricketts, Hager, and Garcia. Players of the Year and a national championship to boot.
She's the only position player, though, on that list. I love it.
Congratulations to Florida State, a fabulous run into this championship series. And congratulations to the 5-time national champion Oklahoma Sooners. Thanks so much for the close to 120,000 people that came out to Hall of Fame Stadium to watch the Women's College World Series. As for the first time ever, we had to play all 17 games, and we loved every minute of it. To those of you at home, nearly 3 million strong, checking out the Women's College World Series, thanks so much for being a part of our world. And it's so good to have the game back after missing out a year ago. PTI is coming up next. For Michelle Smith, Jessica Mendoza, Holly Rowe, I'm Beth Mowins. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next year on the road to the Women's College World Series.